INS. This video is meant to show you how to create the multi-line graph for the Radaseed write-up. Here it's just showing you the data, class data for all of the days 0 through 5. I'm going to scroll down underneath it and zoom in just a little bit. Okay, what I've done here is I've taken the data from each of those tables above and I've just consolidated it into a single table. You'll see I have days here on the left hand side, the percentages of the sodium metabisulfite across the top, and then I just went into each of the data sets and I pulled the data across. So in this row is day 0. Obviously there was, for each of the concentrations and the control, there was nothing germinated, so I have nothing in that. For day 1, this is the data. You can see that it's got a 29% germination rate. Okay, and so I put 29 in here. For the 0.1%, it had a 1% germination rate, so that data is here. This one is 14%, 30, and the next 36 and 11. So you're just going to go across the data that you manipulated earlier, and you're going to fill in this table. Now to create the multi-line graph, it's fairly simple. You're going to select the data inside this table. Don't select the day column or the percent row. So with that data selected, you're going to come up here on the top, and you'll see up here in the green, it says Insert. Click on that, and it brings up a number of different options. We want to make, you can see it says Charts. We want to make a multi-line graph, so we're going to select this. And this is the one we want, line with markers. So select that, and you can see it just pops in a graph. And it actually looks pretty good. I'm going to move it away for a little bit, and let's zoom in again. I don't know why I'm not being able to zoom. Oh, that's zoomed in. Let's get a little bit. All right. Okay, so there's a little bit of cleanup you have to do on this. First, let's take a look. Here's our legend, and it defaults to just series 1, 2, 3 through 5. So series 1 was a control, so that's this dark blue line here. Okay, series 2 is that high concentration, the 0.1%, and it looks like very little bit of it germinated at all. And then the others you can follow along. What we want to do is customize these. So you select the legend, and over here in the top left hand column, actually no, come over here to the right where it says select data. Okay, if you click that, it opens up this dialog box, and you can see the legend entries. It gives you series 1 through 5. Click on each one, and over here on the right you'll type in what each corresponds to. So series 1 was a control. Series 2 was the 0.1%. Series 3 was the 0.01. Series 4, 0.001. And Series 5 is 0.0001. Okay? If you click OK, you can see now that it has changed it. So now it's representing the data we want. One other thing you'll have to fix, you can look here, instead of having the days 0 through 5, it defaults to the first data points coming in at 1. We'd like to change that. So click on that, go back up here to select data, up in the right here, and you'll see that same kind of dialog box. Here's where we entered the different entries for the labels. And here it says horizontal or category axis labels. You're going to look at this entry box, and there's this little grid looking thing. If you click on that, it's going to roll that window up, and what it's going to ask you to do is, what data would you like me to use? So what you're going to do is select the days 0 through 5, open that window back up, and it's given a range inside that with the Excel sort of code, and you say OK, and look, now we're back to what we're 0, 1, 2, 5. Okay. Some other things you're going to need to do. you're going to need to put in a title. If you double click on title, you can change it to whatever you want. Okay. You're also going to have labels for the both horizontal and vertical axes. To do that, over here in the top left, it says Add Chart Element. If you click on that, it'll say Axes Titles, and you can do the primary horizontal and the primary vertical. So the vertical is the percent PE germinated. Okay, and then this one are the days. So that's our horizontal is days. Okay, and you can futz around with it to make it pretty or do some other things. Some people like to have one that has a black background, other sorts of different designs. This is a little clutter. I don't care for that. But play around with it, have fun, and let me know if things are still unclear. Okay? Bye-bye.